Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some back to school mum hacks. These are just little tips or shortcuts or things that I do to help me stay organized as a busy mum now that the kids are back to school. I have 3 sons. They've been at school for quite a while now. I have one in year 7, one in year 4, and one in year 1 as well. And I feel like I've learned so much over the years. So I thought it'd be nice to share that with you guys. And I've also learned some brand new hacks recently now that my eldest is actually in senior school, so definitely stay tuned for those as well. I hope you get something from it. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, give this video a like, and if you're new and you like this kind of content, definitely subscribe because I post so many hacks on this channel. With all that said, let's jump straight into my back to school mum hacks. Okay, so I'm going to start out with a question that I get a lot, and that is, how do you label your kids' clothes or uniform? And I do it in 2 ways: stamps and stickers. I'll link these in the description if you're interested, but I love the stamps because they make labeling really quick. I have a stamp with each child's name on it, and you can literally stamp straight into the clothes like this, or you can put it on tags as well. But this is great for items that are tricky to label, like socks for instance, and the ink lasts for about 50 washes, which is great. And then for bottles or Tupperware like this, I use stickers, and they're really good. They don't even come off in the dishwasher. And another sticker hack, which you might have seen on my channel in the past, is this one where you basically cut the sticker in half, place it into your child's shoes, and that helps them know which shoe is for the right foot. So as you can see, they line up here, whereas when they're the wrong way round, they don't. I love this hack, but I have found that the stickers sometimes just come off onto my kids' socks. So I've actually started using a pen. With black school shoes like this, I use a white chalk pen, and I actually draw, like, you can either draw a heart or a little smiley face like this, and that way they line up. In other trainers, you can just use like a black Sharpie, and it's really effective and helps my son know which shoe is for the right foot. And a simple tip that I do to speed my kids up when it's time to get ready is to use a timer. I have a simple one from IKEA, but you could use your phone or an egg timer as well, or even make it a race between your children. This really does help to speed up the process. And I also wanted to show you a little organizational hack for your children's school bags. I was finding ours were just everywhere throughout the hallway, so I bought these command hooks. When I bought them, they said they were for handbags or for wreaths as well, so they're nice and strong, and I've just put them here, and now all the school bags are like, have a little place. They're off the ground as well, and the kids know to hang them up here. And another amazing back to school hack, which I really recommend, is an online tutoring service called Go Student. You may have heard me talk about them in the past. My eldest was having tutoring sessions for his exams last year, but now my middle, Caleb, is actually having weekly sessions in maths and English. And if you haven't heard of Go Student before, they offer one-to-one online tutoring for all ages in all subjects. And they've actually said that you guys can have a free trial session to test out their tutoring. And if you like it or your child likes it, you can also get 10% off of their tutoring packages if you use my code. It's going to be EmilyX10, but I'll be sure to put that in the description, and I'll also include a link. So if you click on that, you can find out more, and you can also book your free trial as well. But the best thing about this tutoring for me is that it's so flexible, and you can just do it from the comfort of your own home. You don't have to get ready. You don't have to get the whole family in the car. You can just log on from home or wherever you happen to be. If you're on holiday, you can carry it on as well. And it's very easy to schedule with their tutor and to reschedule as well when like life happens. Go Student have so many amazing tutors, but I really do feel that they match the perfect teacher to the student based on their personality, their learning style, and their interests as well. They make the sessions really fun with quizzes, games, and music. I feel like Caleb's tutor gets so much more out of him than I ever could, and it's really nice to know, like now that Fraser's at senior school, if there are any subjects that he struggles with in the future, I know that I can go onto Go Student and find a tutor specifically in a subject. And all UK tutors have enhanced DBS checks as well. It just really helps my boys grow in confidence. So again, if you want to trial it for free and get 10% off, my code will be EmilyX10, and I'll put the link in the description.
It starts very easy. 5 plus 1.
6.
Very easy. You are correct. Let's start with number 3. Which one's correct here?
1/3.
You are correct.
6.
1/4. Yes, 1/4 of 24 is 6.
And a really good tip, if you ever find that the Velcro on your kids' shoes isn't sticking as well, it might get fluff in it or dog hair, or as you can see here, there is grass in ours because it's kind of that time of year. The quickest way to get any of that off of the Velcro is to use a tape dispenser, the little like metal teeth on the end of it. Take everything out of the Velcro so quickly. So I'll often just run this over, as you can see, like it's all come out straight away, and then the shoes will stick again very well. And another shoe hack that I wanted to share with you is if your child struggles with laces, then you can actually take them out and swap them for elastic laces to help speed them up and make it easier for them to put their shoes on. I ordered these just on Amazon and they were really easy to just swap out. So I just took the laces out, put the elastic ones in, and it made his shoes like slip-ons. So he can do laces, but he was finding that he was taking too long when it was PE lesson and he didn't want to ask for help from the teacher. So we just swapped them out for these, and it's made it so much easier for him to just put them on himself. I also really like to use routine charts or chore charts because I find it motivates my kids and keeps them focused in the morning and evening on everything that they need to do. So I'll link these chore charts down below. They're just on my website, but I actually print them and put them into a plastic wallet that I can use like a dry eraser marker on. So I just put down everything that they need to do in the morning and in the evening as well, any chores that they have or homework as well. And then we put a reward that they want to have if they keep that up for the whole week. And if they do, then they'll get that reward. Normally it's Robux that they actually want. And then I also have a school routine chart, which is kind of for me, but also for the kids. And it just keeps us all focused on what we need to do. And I also really like these magnetic whiteboards that you can get for the fridge. It just keeps everyone focused on like things that are going on, clubs. You can also put meals as well on there, and I really like them. And a really cool way to illustrate to your kids what your evening routine is to actually color sections onto a clock. I got this one on Amazon for about £8, and I'm just going to draw on different sections. This is great if your kids are learning how to tell time or they're at primary school. So as you can see, I've done 3:30 to 4:30. It's playtime and like relax after school. 4:30 to 5:30, we're going to look at homework, then it's dinner, and then it's bath and bed. This way you can kind of point to the clock and say, okay, playtime's over now, let's look at any homework you have to do. And that's how we tend to do it. Like my kids like to have some playtime as soon as they get in. I think, you know, they've had a busy day at school, they want to chill out, maybe even have some screen time. Then I'll say, okay, have you got any homework? Should we do your reading? Should we do your spellings now? And then I can kind of be helping them while I'm making dinner, and then obviously we can eat and then go upstairs. Another option is to set alarms on your phone. I love an alarm. It really does keep me on track. So I have a few for before school and also for after as well. And something that I find really handy when it comes to homework is to keep everything that they're going to need in a caddy like this. My kids still like to do their work at the dining table rather than their desks. I'm sure they'll use them when they're older, but this is really great because when it's homework time, I can just grab this and we have everything we need. And something else I wanted to show you, which I've only just discovered, are erasable pens. We've got these for Fraser to have for senior school, but it's so cool. They're pens, but if you do mess up, they have a special eraser on the back and you can actually just erase your answer and change it. And an easy way to get your kids involved with packing their own lunch is to write a little tick list on the inside of their lunch bag. So here I'm writing sandwich, fruit, crisps, treat, and an extra snack. Like normally I put like a yogurt or something like that. And then just make sure that everything that they're gonna need to help pack their lunch is reachable for them. So as you can see in this drawer, we have all the water bottles. We also have all the lunch bags, so they can just grab whichever one that they want. Our snack drawer is also nice and low, easy for the kids to access things like crisps and stuff. And then in the fridge, we keep treats, fruit, yogurts, and other things that they might like to put into their lunch. And then it's super easy for them to help out. You can add this to their chore chart or like just make it a task for them to do. do. For my youngest, I'll probably make the sandwich and let him choose everything else. But for my older two, they're capable of making their own sandwich. And this is a great way to give them a little bit more responsibility. And while I was filming the food hacks, I also thought of another one. It is these thermos bottles. They are so brilliant, especially in the summer. They keep drinks nice and cold all day long. And then I also wanted to show you an idea for like a grab and go breakfast. If you leave early for the school run or your kids have any clubs before school, these are brilliant. I have these like reusable Ziploc baggies that I got on Amazon, and you can just fill them up with things like muffins, yogurt, maybe a bit of fruit, and just have them ready in the fridge. And then when you actually get into the car, you can literally just grab and go. And then I also wanted to show you something small that I do, but my kids love it. I actually write little notes on bananas. You can do this with a normal pen, but I also have these edible pens. These are really for like cakes and cupcakes, but you can use them on things like fruit, and they also work really well on wraps. And if I ever draw or write a little message on my kids' wraps, they just love it. I'm sure the teachers are like, what is this? But they are edible. You may have done this yourself before, but a really easy way to create an ice pack for their lunch is to freeze something like a yogurt or a juice box as well. Once it's frozen, you can just add that to keep their lunch nice and cool, especially in the summer. But then by the time it is lunchtime, it has thawed out. And then a great way to get organized with your kids' clothes or uniform that they're going to wear for the week is to put it in a shoe organizer or something similar like this, which I bought on Amazon. It has 5 compartments and it even has clear windows you can see through to it, and you can put Monday to Friday's clothes in each pocket. So you're just kind of organizing it once on a Sunday. So for me, obviously my kids go to school, so I'm putting a full uniform parcel in with underwear, socks, shorts, shirts, jumpers, everything. Or you may have noticed in my videos that I also like to line clothes up on our banister like this. And this next tip is great if you have a child in senior school or high school. It is to get different colored folders for each subject. So now that my eldest is at senior school and he's got lots of different classes and subjects, and he's been given lots of different notebooks and textbooks as well. So now we're keeping them each in a colored folder, and then the night before school, he just checks his timetable, sees what he's got on the next day, and only chooses the folders for those subjects. This means that his bag and locker isn't completely weighed down. He's only bringing to school what he really needs to use for that day. And then I've also got a few more uniform hacks that I wanted to show you guys. With energy prices on the rise, I'm trying to only wash what absolutely needs it. So after school, I'll do a quick uniform check. If blazers and shorts aren't too bad, I'll literally just spot clean them with a cloth or with a baby wipe, and then I'll either Febreze them, or I have a really cool gadget which actually deodorizes things with plasma. I've also got this handy little electric lint catcher thing. It's great. It's just battery powered, but if there's any like hair or lint on anything, it takes it right off, and it's been great. Matt's been using it on his trousers as well. And then hopefully it goes without saying, but definitely buy the non-iron school shirts because it just saves you so much time. And then I also love these clever hangers. You can hang up to 4 or 5 trousers on them, and that's actually all I've got for each child. They've got 4 trousers for school, and they just all go on a hanger like this. Okay, so that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to check out my Go Student code and link in my description, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!